My name is Pat McTague. I was in the Army for 3 years, and I spent a year of that in Vietnam at the 93rd Evac Hospital in Long Binh. I was there from September of 1969 to September of 1970. I had gone to school at Florida State for my nursing program, and I needed money to go to college, so I signed up for an Army student program, and that's how I got into the Army. I volunteered for Vietnam after I had been at Fort Campbell, Kentucky for 7 months, and went over there in September of '69. I don't have any specific experiences to talk about, just little bits and pieces here and there. I was going to read a poem that a friend of mine wrote. It's from a book. She has some poems in a book called Visions of War, Dreams of Peace. And it's a book of poetry by women veterans that were in Vietnam. She wrote one for me that did not make it into the book, but I still thought I'd read it. It's ward number 5. Breathing, labored, shallow, breaks the cadence of quiet sleep. Fever and pain punch different clocks. Fluid streams into weathered arms to kill the parasite invading. I look over my domain of 88 beds, always full, and I wonder about a lot of things. Night and darkness always do that. I worked on a medical unit where we saw a lot of malaria patients, which can be pretty debilitating when the people are actually sick, and they sometimes have recurrences of it after they come back home. There were 88 beds. I hadn't remembered that, but she wrote it, so it must be right, and she worked there too. And the night shift, we would do 2 weeks of day shift, 12-hour days, and then we'd do 7 nights, 7 12-hour nights. And they were endless. They were so long. And finally, the air conditioners that didn't work during the day kicked in at night, and the room units got really, really cold. We'd be wrapped in blankets at the desk trying to stay warm. We'd walk outside of the unit just to get some hot air, which was like probably 90 degrees in the middle of the night. But the nights were just endless, and you did have a lot of time to think and to wonder about things and talk to people who you were working with. You got to know people pretty well. So I tell people I'm glad I went to Vietnam. I wouldn't have stayed another 5 minutes. When I left, I was ready to leave. I made some very good friends there. We've had, my hospital has had several reunions, and we have met new people each time, which is really, really nice. A lot of us have kept in touch. I've kept in touch with my friend that wrote this poem. She and I are very good friends. I think I'm done.